There are 30 million street children in India. They live in poverty and have limited opportunities. Fortunately, there are organizations like 𝐏𝐞𝐭𝐞𝐫 India that provide abandoned children in India with a home and a future. Today I'm speaking with Peter Coopers, the chairman of 𝐏𝐿𝐼𝐧𝐝 India. He's here to tell us more about the organization and how we all can contribute to creating a better future for these children. Peter, welcome.
Hey, thank you for the invitation.
For those who don't know you yet, can you briefly introduce yourself? Tell us more what you do aside your role as a chairman of 𝐏𝐿𝐼𝐧𝐝 India.
Yeah, well, I'll keep it to the professional side. I live in Belgium and the Flemish side. And professionally, I have 3 pillars. One is a private practice, as well therapeutic, as coaching, a lot of business owners, all kind of people. And the second pillar of my activities are giving classes in hypnotherapy, soul key therapy, trauma release, and so on. And that under the umbrella of the International Society of Advanced Hypnotherapy. And then the third pillar is also for financing the children's home, is to guide the business process between big companies in India and the Benelux.
Mm-hmm. You clearly have a special connection to India. Where does it come from?
Well, it comes from far away in time. Somewhere mid-90s was my first time in India. And I stayed in India now, going 6 years. So from the beginning, it was for me like feeling at home. In West, often it is said, if you go to India, either you love it or you hate it. I love it.
Okay.
But I'm not blind for the backside of India. That I'm also aware of. But the whole Hindu culture, I have many friends most in Hindu culture, but also Muslim, Christian people. But the Hindu culture, I came to know from the inside.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I'm puzzled, and it's an endless discovery.
Okay. And how did you get started with 𝐏𝐿𝐼𝐧𝐝 India? How did that happen?
Yeah, well, way back, early 2000, I started to support an initiative in Varanasi, but that at a certain moment that was taken over by Air France, so very good. And then through another process, I encountered Thambi Mullapuri. And Thambi is the soul and how should I say in English? The soul and
the director.
The director, thank you, of 𝐻𝐴 NGO in Eluru, Andhra Pradesh, Southeast India, and we had our first appointment in the ashram of my Guruji, Sri Satya Sai Baba, in Puttaparthi, also Andhra Pradesh. And, well, we came to trust each other, and now we are very quickly, we became very good friends, and I visited the home, and that's how it all started.
Okay. And can you tell a bit more about the children that are supported by 𝐏𝐿𝐼𝐧𝐝 India and what is their background? Why is help so important for them or so vital?
They come from tribal areas in Andhra Pradesh, and tribals have rights in India. but not so much in reality. It's a lot of poverty, and living in the jungle is not that easy. Many problems. And well, the children we have. We give shelter to 30 children. The youngest now is 5. The oldest is 22. She's in her last, still 5 months, and then she will be a head nurse. And 25 girls, 5 boys. And, well, when parents disappear or die or disappear, and also sometimes out of family, then they are all alone. And very bad things can happen, and most probably will happen. So it's child labor. They're prone to child labor or prostitution networks or organ harvesting activities. Some gangs are specialized in that.
Okay.
And who will miss them? They think.
Okay, and how is the 𝐏𝐞𝐭𝐞𝐫 model? How is there a specific care model? Do you differ from traditional homes?
Yeah, well, you have all kind of homes with all different quality and models. You have the government homes, you have the private homes, but also in private homes, many differences. And how we do it? Well, we want to give them a very safe and warm feeling in the home. So there is the girls' warden, there's the boys' warden, there's a very good cook and a help cook. And that's one. So very important is also good food. And besides the good food, we offer them very good education, a good level of education. It's English medium school, not government school. And well, that's quite the cost yearly, the education, the schools, because now we have like the 6th oldest are in the boarding school for nursery. And well, it's important, and they are so eager to learn. That's incredible.
Okay. That's nice. And
maybe one thing more.
Okay.
So besides that school, they are so eager to learn. So they also want, and we give it to them, like after school or even in weekends. They want mathematics, they want Telugu, they want music, whatever they want. We'll give it to them. But it's also sports and games. It's not all about school.
Okay, that sounds very rewarding to work with all the children and to see them evolve and grow up. But there are also non-profit organizations like 𝐏𝐞𝐭𝐞𝐫 India face criticism, such as claims that the funds are not properly managed or that children should be helped by their own communities. How does 𝐏𝐿4Kids handle these kinds of criticisms?
Well, we don't face directly the critics because we have another model. The big organizations, they have big overhead costs, like 40-50%. So our cost, I'm not paid. The other board members are not paid. Thambi is not paid. The cook and the child and boys warden, they are paid. And so let's say 5% of the donations we need for insurance, websites, international bank transfers. And so 95, maybe 96, they go directly to the children. So one criticism is 40-50% stays with you. No, not with us. And then you have the second criticism, and it's genuine criticism. It happens that donated money is being used for the adults and not for the children. Let's say 20% for the children, 80% for the adults. So, and for us, no, it's what goes there is 100% for the children.
Okay, that sounds...
Let's say it's also the rent, and that's for the landlord.
Okay. And another point of critique is that organizations like yours take children out of their Hindu background and maybe expose them to Christian values. What do you think about that?
Yeah, through history, often children are being guided often by Christian organizations. But let me first say, not all our children are orphans. Maybe just 30% and 70%. They still have one parent or at least one uncle or an aunt. So we always... It's part of the model to keep them in touch with one or another kind of family. That's very important also for afterwards. And they always, when they want, they can come and visit them. And in big school the long school holidays in April, May, they can go back for 1 or 2 weeks to family. So when donations come from Western countries, in India, sometimes they think, it's Christian people who take care of Christian children. But I can tell you, our children, we don't put emphasis on religion, but it's all the values of, let's say, the religion of love. And they are being educated in, of course, also in Hinduism, Hindu values, but also Christian values, because we're all human beings. So the common values we share them.
Okay, and the support to the children is the most important value of the organization.
Yeah. Besides that, I have a lot of knowledge in Hindu culture. So when somebody criticizes me for Christianized children in India, I know. I have a big laugh about that.
Okay. Well, and so the Care for Kids in India organization is already supporting children for a few years. I can imagine that there are already some success stories from children that have succeeded.
Many, many, many. At least 30 success stories. Okay. But let me take one. That's the story from Charanya. Charanya is she just became 16 years old, and Indian education system, because there are so many children and students, is very competitive. And at the end of the school year, they have a system like, to go on higher level schools, you need to go to the quality schools. You need at least more than 550 points on 600. And Charanya had like 565 on 600. So, and she wants to be a doctor, a real doctor. And she has the intelligence to do that. And for that, she needs to be prepared for university. So in India, we call it intermediary school. But for her, we wanted the best. So we went to, we asked in Vijayawada, a high caste school. Mm-hmm. And they first, that was unexpected, but they saw her values, her points, and they said, okay, yes. This will be an experiment, because we never have children with tribal background. Mm-hmm. And so now we are 6 months further in time, and first exams were there. So on a school with 5,000 girls, she has 5th rank.
Okay.
So
it's great.
Yeah. So let's not go too much into castes culture. But what I want to say, whatever the caste is, children can have as much. Can have equal intelligence.
Of course, and that's a very inspiring story for all the other children and for all the people that work with children at 𝐏𝐭𝐞𝐫 India, I can imagine.
Indeed, you make me think. When we announced it, I was there online because I go there 1 or 2 a year. And then we announced that Charanya was accepted and all the children were so happy. And they were speaking like, ooh, so this means we also can do that. So it's an example. Because normally I think, no, I'm tribal background, nothing for me. And now they have self-esteem.
Yes, that's great. Yeah. And how much support do you need to continue and perhaps expand the 𝐏𝐭𝐞𝐫 India organization?
Well, every year we need 30,000 euros. So €1 for our Indian listeners, €1 is at the moment 89.50 Indian rupees. So you can multiply. And each child is like €1,000, 30,000 divided by 30.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you also have on the website, you can also find information about the sponsorship model. Is there a specific name for that? For the godfather?
Yeah, like not godfather, godparents.
Godparents model. Can you explain maybe how that works and how people can contribute to the model like that?
Yeah, we have 3 models. We have free donation. The second is I have a license here in Belgium to arrange work and resident permits for Indian, for people, workers outside of the EU to work and live here. So we now have 9 workers and they contribute €100. No, what do I say? €100, €100 per month. So thanks, guys, if you hear this. And then the third model is the godparent model. And it's for €990 a year. And it gives the support. It gives the godparents, their support gets a face. And also for the child who is supported, it gives them a very secure and warm feeling. They know we take care of them, but we is all the donators where the money comes from. So, and this gives them an extra.
They feel supported when
they feel supported
by the godparent.
Yeah. Yeah, well, and I take care that they get from time to time a picture, a video. And when I'm in India, I will do a Zoom call with the godparents. And because I'm always there with the calls, so it's safety first. And then we have a nice talk. Or when there's a birthday, then there will be a video or this or that. And then all godparents that I know, they say, be assured, we will support them until they graduate.
Okay, so that's a long-term engagement, commitment, indeed. Finally, what are the plans for the future for 𝐏𝐭𝐞𝐫? Are there any projects or developments that we can look forward to?
Yeah, definitely. You always have to look forward. So the first thing now is every year to get the donations of €30,000. But we work to self-sustainability. And the plan is we want to construct our own buildings. So we have a whole financial plan. It's developed this year. And it's So, well, we have to buy the plot, we have to construct the building, and then we planned to have first floor, ground floor school, first floor, then the children's home, and then, well, it's also self-sustainability. There comes money extra from school, but first we need to find the extra money for the construction.
Okay.
So that's the big project for next year.
And that sounds really important as well for the children, of course.
Yeah, and then we don't waste money to the rent.
Of course. Peter, thank you. Thank you very much for your time and for sharing this inspiring story. It's clear that 𝐏𝐞𝐭𝐞𝐫 India truly makes a difference in the lives of these children. To everyone listening, every bit of help counts, whether it's a donation, a sponsorship, or other forms of support. You can contribute to a brighter future for these children. Visit the 𝐏𝐞𝐭𝐞𝐫 website for more information. Thank you.
www.𝐏𝐿𝐾𝐼ndia.be